Okay, let's work on problem 11 together. We have changing rates and the cost of debt. We're going to be taking a look at what happens to the cost of debt when our rates change. Terrier Company is in a 40% tax bracket and has a bond outstanding that yields 10% to maturity. What is Terrier's after-tax cost of debt? So again, we're going to be using the same formula you've learned in this chapter. The after-tax cost of debt, K sub D, equals the yield times 1 minus the tax rate, T. So in our case, we're looking for K sub D equals the yield, which is 10%, we're given that number, times 1 minus the tax rate, which we are in the 40% tax bracket. So 1 minus 40%, which is 10% times 0.60, which would be 6%. So our current after-tax cost of debt is 6%. Now the next question is, that's letter A. Now let's take a look at B. Assume that the yield on the bond goes down by 1 percentage point, and due to tax reform, the corporate tax rate falls to 25%. What is Terrier's new after-tax cost of debt? So now we're taking a look at the new after-tax cost of debt equals the new yield times 1 minus the new tax rate, which it says here the yield on the bond goes down by 1 percentage point, so now we're at 9% for our yield, and thanks to tax reform our tax rate falls to 25%, 0.25. This is going to be 9% times 0.75, and our new after-tax cost of debt is going to actually go up 6.75%. Okay, so C, which plan is optimal? Oh, I'm sorry. C, why has the after-tax cost of debt gone up or down from part A to part B? Well, first of all, the after-tax cost of debt went up, right? And it went up primarily because even though the yield or the cost of debt, the yield on the debt went down, the tax rate and the benefit of having debt is that you can write that off against taxes. It's a write-off on your tax return, the expense associated with the debt, the interest. So when the tax rate declines sharply, some of that benefit is lost. Therefore, that's why our cost of debt went up so much, because of the drop in tax rates.